everyone, it's Elaine. Thank you for joining me today on my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing this card I've made using some Newton's Nook goodies. So if you like this card and want to see how it was made, then just keep watching. So for today's card I am using some Distress Oxide inks on some heavyweight white cardstock, nothing special, just slowly blending that colour on, really light hand, and just gently building up that colour. I really love these colours for Halloween cards. So next I'm taking my blueprint sketch. I've also used wilted violet and picked raspberry, and then I just go back and forth over those layers to get a blend that I'm happy with. Now I'm taking the Flying Bat stencil and some Nuvo Glimmer paste in black diamond, and I smooth this over the stencil. I find being really gentle, not pressing too hard with this paste works best. I've just sped that up a little bit so you can see how I've smoothed it all on, and then I slowly release that stencil up and just wipe the edges with my finger. Now I'm taking my Waffle Flower Lacy Layers die, and I'm using that second largest scalloped rectangle to cut out a panel from that piece that I've created. And I just pop that out. It is quite a thick piece of card now with that glimmer paste on, and then I take that largest rectangle in that set and cut out a black piece of cardstock, and then I take a piece of glitter cardstock from one of the new packs of Lawn Fawn released glitter paper, and just cut a piece of that out so that I get that scallop along the bottom. And then I take my Lawn Fawn grassy hillside borders and give myself a nice stitched edge and secure that down to my back panel. Then I put some double-sided adhesive on that panel and secure it to that black cardstock. Now I'm going to move on to my colouring. I've used some Copic friendly cardstock here. I'll list what I use down below in the description box. I've used some Memento Tuxedo black ink to stamp out my image, and on my Copic markers to colour everything in. All of the colours I've used today will be listed down in the description box below. So if there's something that you've missed, because I don't show all the colouring, quite a lot of it, but not all of it, because it took me a little while to colour. I find it quite difficult to colour on camera, just because I need to get my hands in a certain position so that you can see what I'm doing. So it does take me a little bit longer. But I use some E30s for my bear here. I think the E30s are a really lovely brown shade for animals. And I don't really worry too much about where my shading is. I try to get it so that it looks realistic, but I'm sure people aren't too worried when they receive a card that's been handmade. So now I just use some cool grey markers on those pieces of paper that they're holding. And I also use some cool greys for those bandages on my kitty. And then I use some E40s for my dog. I think his really ears poking out the top are so adorable. So now I'm just going to play a little bit of music while I finish off the colouring. I'm taking my Signo white gel pen just to add in a few little highlights just on their ears, some on the pumpkin, and then I move on to my sentiment. So I've cut out this trick or treat sentiment from the same die set that goes with the Halloween trio, and I've cut that out 3 times from some white heavyweight cardstock, and I'm just layering them up together using my quickie glue pen. Just trying to line those up as best I can. And then once they're all stuck together, I take this wide tipped glue stick pen and coat the top layer of the sentiment with that, and then sprinkle over some glitter just so that it sparkles. And then I use this coordinating die to cut out my Halloween critters, and then start gluing everything down. So I take my Nuvo liquid adhesive to secure that sentiment onto my card. Just putting a few little dabs, not too much. I don't want it to all ooze out the back. Being careful not to rub it too much so that the glitter comes off. And then I'm also securing down my little critters. I did just put something heavy on top of that sentiment to make sure that it stuck down well. And then I take a white A2 sized card base, put some ATG on the back of the black panel, and secure everything down to my card base. Then I take my Nuvo shimmer pen and just pop a little bit onto those letter banners they're holding. I do go back over with my white gel pen because it does seem to make it disappear once you put glitter over the top of that gel pen. And today's card is finished. I hope you enjoyed that card today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.